Okay, countdown starting.
Space Force.
I haven't got the notification yet.
Very importantly, I'm hereby directing the Department of Defense and Pentagon to immediately begin the process necessary to establish a Space Force as the sixth branch of the armed forces. It's a big statement. We are going to have the Air Force and we are going to have the Space Force, separate but equal.
Space Force! 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 Space is a war-fighting domain, just like the land, the air, and sea. We have the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the Space Force. My new national strategy could be Space Force, Space Force, Space Force, Space, Force, Space Force, Space Force, Space Force, Space Force, Space Force. We're doing a tremendous amount of work in space. I said maybe we need a new force. We'll call it the Space Force. And I was not really serious. And then I said, what a great idea. Tremendous. Tremendous. Space Force, 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 Space Force.
We say that you can use hairspray because hairspray is going to affect the ozone. They say it. I say no way. My apartment is all sealed. You're telling me that affects the ozone layer. I want to put a little spray.
Space Force, 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 Space Force.
and gentlemen, you're listening to yet another episode of Rogan Radio, live from the friendly confines of Studio A, here on the campus of the luxurious Casa La Rogan Lumberport.
Yeah, good afternoon,
Space Force. Space Force. I love that. That's great, man. I like that.
James Conley said to Infinity and Beyond. Remember Ludicrous Speed? Ludicrous. I just put that on there, but
Hey,
I don't know.
how do I join the Space Force?
So I wonder
Am I qualified for Space Force?
All you have to do is...
Do I have to be a U.S. citizen to be one?
No. All you got to do is show us your Schwartz, and then you can be part of Space Force.
Oh, yeah?
We're going to talk about tonight the Space Force.
Space Force.
Trump's getting a lot of junk over the Space Force thing. You know what I mean? Because it just sounds kind of bizarre.
I wonder if they would merge with NASA. How that would work.
I don't know. I just somehow I want to become an astronaut, though. You know what I mean? An astronaut. Well, I think that's what we should. If you're going to have a Space Force, you can't call them astronauts. It has to be something cool, like a first sergeant in the astronaut brigade.
So, like, you know, you become an archaeologist because you like archaeology. So you become an astronaut because you like what?
He likes Indiana Jones. Did you know that the Russians actually had the Russian Space Force? It was an independent organization that existed from 92 to 97.
Didn't know that.
And then from 2001 to 2011, they had a Space Force, man.
Space Force?
To conduct space warfare.
Now, the thing is, though, he's getting a lot of junk for this, right? Because it just sounds kind of funny.
Is this serious? Is it serious?
Well, no, it absolutely is serious.
Well,
but if you think about this, we are sending signals out to the universe, right?
Yeah.
We're also talking about sending, they have all these satellites and things, like Voyager and all this other stuff that, going around Pluto, and it's flying
into
all over the
Uranus,
place.
right into Uranus.
Flying. So, but then at the same time, now they're talking about going to Mars and landing on Mars. Now, at some point, here's the thing. At some point, we're going to come in contact with somebody else. And at which point, I hope there is a Space Force to take care of the problem.
Space Force.
You know what I'm saying? Because if look at it this way. Say back in the day when we had sailing ships.
Yeah, which happened to be
1692, Columbus sailed the Ocean Blue, or I don't think it's like, was it 1692? That's when the Pilgrims. 14, yeah.
They still had astronauts.
1692 is when the Pilgrims landed. Anyhow, but think about this. Imagine landing somewhere,
like
but not
Mars?
having like the Marines on the ship with you.
No.
You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, you're going to get wiped out. So you need to have a Space Force.
Well, you got to have the Marine Space Force. You saw that movie, Starship Troopers?
Yeah.
They were all Marines. They fought them bugs.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah,
They weren't astronauts.
No, they were Marines.
Astronauts. That's
You
my
know,
new
when
name
you want to
for
get the
them.
job done,
Space
Chuck,
Marines.
you send the Space Marines. Right?
Yeah. And we're also going to talk about, we had a good friend of ours and his daughter. They were in a horrible accident, and but Mikey Moore, and you know what I mean. That was tragic news. Just
horrible, man.
Just right out of the blue. And what's really nice about this is, the community's really coming together because it's I don't want to. You can't put a silver lining on any of this, first of all. You know what I mean? You just can't because it's absolutely tragic.
Yeah, 2 people lost their lives.
Absolutely. But the community's coming together now to help support, the family now.
Absolutely.
In this time of need. One of them being over there in Roger and Mazes, I should say, the pepperoni rolls. They used to be, did they buy that off of Marty's? Was that Marty's over there by the Ellis?
I don't know. I thought they were over there in Eastview.
Yeah, but but that's where I think they bought the franchise
bought that
from
from
Marty's,
them,
and then they turned it into Roger. But anyhow,
I like those. They're good pepperoni rolls.
Yeah,
Yes, they are.
on the 28th from 10 until 4, if you buy some pepperoni rolls, then it's basically a pepperoni roll fundraiser. And if you mention the benefit, I believe half the proceeds are going to go actually to.
Mention the fundraiser. Half of the proceeds go to the family of Mike and Bradley Moore.
Yeah.
And they are $16 a dozen, which includes mozzarella cheese.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Ooh,
man.
God, I love pepperoni rolls. I took some. We went to Ohio to make a trip this weekend to Ohio for a wedding. And when I go out there, I take pepperoni rolls because you can't get pepperoni rolls out there in Ohio. And I get them from up at Kroger's.
Take
Is
some
where I got
bread
these.
and throw
Right?
some pepperoni.
Well, no, I understand, but these are already cooked up, man. I took some Oliveria peppers.
It's a West Virginia stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, because you can't get that stuff.
Hey,
in
my
Ohio,
my
man.
mom loves it.
Oh yeah.
She likes pepperoni rolls.
Oh yeah.
But that's only,
Hey.
you always hear this thing about pepperoni rolls. If you're not from around West Virginia, you probably have no idea what a pepperoni roll is.
No.
And basically, it's a roll with pepperoni in it. Hence the term pepperoni roll.
That's weird.
My mom or my wife took some to a family reunion one time out there in Ohio. And people didn't know what the hell they were. They weren't eating them. Like, what are these? They're just like little rolls or
turd
buns
balls.
or something.
Pigs in the blanket.
Pigs in a blanket. I love pigs in a blanket, man. With some
even
crescent roll.
back when I was in the Marine Corps,
Every
I was
night.
down south, down at Camp Lejeune, down in North Carolina.
Yeah.
We mentioned a pepperoni roll. They think it was actually a roll of pepperoni, a stick of pepperoni.
Yeah. Well, you know, a lot of people will always hear, say they're going to go make their $1 million by moving up, packing up, go down to Myrtle Beach, open up a pepperoni roll stand. I don't know if that would work because I often hear these urban legends also that you have to have so much of your meat showing out of your buns. But you know what I mean? You just can't enclose. You can't put the whole thing in there. You can't shove the whole stick in there because you have to leave some of it out. Daryl Ramsey said that.
Yes, they said ain't how much you can put in, it's how much you can leave out.
But once again, Roger Mazza's Bakery fundraiser, that's going to be on June 28th from 10 until 4. And once again, go ahead and get your pepperoni rolls there. And then
now, right here, Chuck, it says stop at Roger and Mazza's Bakery, located in Eastview. So I guess they're still in Eastview.
Yeah. And then go ahead and then mention the fundraiser, so then that way half the proceeds will actually go to the family of Micah Braley.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody else noticed, but down in Shinson today, down by Advance Auto, there was a couple ladies down there actually collecting money like they used to do with the fire departments with the boots and stuff. They were standing right in the road,
Yeah, that's fantastic. That's fantastic.
Listen, I'm going to tell you something.
Hook them up with a few bucks.
That is a bad intersection.
Yeah,
there has been more than one accident right there. I do not like that intersection.
Well, Route 50 altogether is almost at every intersection is that you'll see the marks, you know what I mean, of something that happened before. And the crazy thing about Route 50, I mean, it's what, I think 60 miles an hour on there now. 65. And it's a 4-lane, and the turns are tight. I think 60's too fast, especially since you have...
Because you're older now?
I think so.
Yeah. Oh, no, don't joke. That's not true.
But the thing is, though, there are so many ways to get in and off of that. It's not an interstate, but it's a highway, I guess. Yeah. And there's no traffic lights. So basically, you're playing chicken every time you want to go. Say if you have to cross 2 lanes coming at you and make to get on the and you're playing chicken because it's too fast and you can't tell the cars. And there's accidents. God knows how many accidents there are every year on that road.
See, that's the confusing part because that's the intersection. This tragic accident, did this happen right there, like at Road 98 right there?
In Davison,
like Davison Run Road?
Right at stoplight.
Well,
and they do have a traffic light there.
It's the same way in Salem, too, right?
Yeah.
Across the 23 and then the 50.
Yep.
And I'm not sure why there's so many accidents right there. I mean, there is a stoplight. But I think it's when you're going downhill, and there's almost like an optical illusion.
Yep.
That you're actually further away than what you think maybe. So you think you're going to beat the light when in reality that light switches and you're going.
Right.
But you know what?
There was never a light.
Right. There wasn't.
Well, yeah. Yep, I do remember that.
That's just a bad intersection. God bless that family.
Yeah,
it's horrible.
Yeah. I think the best thing is who was it? One of the delegates or whatever down there
Miley.
in Charleston. Yeah,
Tim
Miley was talking about putting in an interchange there.
Right.
Which I think would be the smartest thing you can do.
What am I hearing clicking? I'm hearing something like a pounding or something. Oh, the Jimmy.
No, I just
Jimmy,
did. I just did that now.
Misophonia.
I don't know what the clicking was, but I just did it.
Yes.
It's in your jaw, man.
But that's what I mean. So it's I mean, it's just, Route 50 is, once again, Bruce drives it every single day, and it scares me.
Actually, I drove by that scene of an accident.
Listen, I've
seen. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, you know what?
Water truck was stepping right on the top of the truck. Vehicle.
Absolutely.
I mean, it looked like a monster truck going over there.
It's but that and you know what, that was it's a good idea. We were talking about the speed limit because that used to be the worst part of our trip when we go to see folks in Ohio.
Oh, you were just on there when you went over to Ohio for the wedding, by the way.
Yeah, but it used to be from Parkersburg down to Clarksburg, it was 55 miles an hour, and it was just dreadful.
Yep.
But the speed limit now, 65, 70, that is just... Listen, we're going... usually if it's like 65, I usually set the cruise on about 70, 72. People are flying past me like I am sitting still.
They are flying.
They're going 80 miles. 80.
Well, now I noticed this about 79 also because I've been driving to Morgantown a lot. Listen, 80 miles an hour is the new 70 on that road on 79.
And if you're not going 80 miles an hour, Chuck, you're sitting still.
And you know what? And even if you're going 80, you're getting passed by. It's almost like the Autobahn, really. And there was an accident on Saltwell there yesterday.
Well, and the thing that sucks is all of a sudden you'll come up in the left lane will be somebody going like 60, and everybody's like flying, and everybody's like braking.
I saw the dumbest thing one time, and people were just dumb. Some people just shouldn't have their driver's license. They shouldn't. I was coming back towards Clarksburg on 79, and right there, Kingmont exit, there's an emergency turn off right there. Some lady, now listen to this. We're going down. She's in the passing lane, probably from Pennsylvania. I always like to throw that in there.
Whatever.
Because she was cruising in the passing lane. Anyhow, she slams on her brakes on the interstate with cars behind her so she could get into that emergency little turn because she must have been in the wrong direction or something.
Yeah, listen,
and you talk about almost a near accident scene. The cars were flying everywhere.
And that's completely illegal to do that.
Absolutely.
That's for emergency vehicles only.
It's like, what are you thinking? I mean, what are people thinking?
I don't know what the hell they're thinking.
They're not.
No, they're not. Last week it seemed like a very good run with the Hogs for Dogs.
Hogs for Dogs was a fantastic. That was my first run. And Darren, I looked for you the whole time. You must have got there early because we got there. We didn't take off till probably 11 or noon.
As soon as Joy Street opened up,
you went
from the 5K. Yeah, we took off.
Right. Yeah, it was a good time. That was my first one, and we had a great time. I rode with Chad, and it was a good time.
Did it wear you out? I mean,
yeah. Listen, when I got home, I was. Because it was probably, we left right around 11:30 or noon. The time we got back to the Brickside, it was probably 5 or 5:30 or something.
You rode with Chad? Did you hold on to his?
No, I rode.
All bikes had to be in by 5.
Yeah, they had to be in by 5, so we got there right before that. But it was a good time, but I was wore out.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it was 160 miles.
That's a long ride.
It was a good. We kind of cheated. After we hit that last stop, we jumped on 79. We jumped on 79, took the interstate all the way back. We said, let's take the interstate. So we did. Oh, we got some.
Oh, no, what is that?
That sounds like some sexy music. I don't know what
Yeah,
it sounds like.
Oh, you hit
Anyway, I want to know who's on here right now. Once again, thanks for tuning in tonight. We realize we didn't even, I think that's what Chad and Derek had a problem tonight because we never know when we're going to be on anymore. But I think we're going to be on every Sunday. I don't know what we're going to do
We don't know yet. Chuck Nicholson's on here.
What's up, Chuck?
Anthony Morgan's on here.
AJ.
Brian Bland's on here.
Hello, Brian Bland.
How about Terry Golf's on here?
Hello, Terry.
Somebody named Bruce Takahashi's on here.
Gesundheit night.
Heather Bargo jumped on. She said, Jimmy, did y'all have fun then? What she said.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about. I said, Jimmy, did you all have fun then?
Man, mine must be slow.
You don't see it on there? Justin Farrow just said, hey, what's up? Judy Hall, Robert Ash. I told you, Brian Bland, Todd Hall, we all know. Francis Frame.
Francis, is that a new one?
I think so.
Hello, Francis.
How about Kevin Tank Arco? I don't know if
Kevin.
Have we heard of? I mean,
Donnie. I saw Donnie on there. Did you mention Donnie?
No, I did it on purpose. James Conley.
Hello, James.
James Conley said to infinity and beyond.
Robert Ash.
Space Force.
Sandy Dutch. Sandy Dutcher's on here right now. I want to give a special shout out to my mommy because she don't feel good right now.
What's wrong with Sandy?
She don't know if it's allergies or asthma. She got asthma. And she was in the car last weekend with a bunch of her friends from school. They do this lunch thing like every other weekend or whatever. And half of them in the car were sick. And she's like, great, I'm going to get sick. And I think she did.
Was Sandy driving?
No, she was.
I was trying to explain maybe why everybody else in the car was sick.
Yeah.
What the hell are you trying to say about it?
Nothing. I was
She's
just
a bad driver?
For some reason, that just gave me an idea, or not an idea, a memory popped up in my head. Remember when we used to go out on location and we would leave the studio and go give like money to people and film it and everything?
Yeah, we
Those
did that.
good old days, huh?
We did that with Derek. No, that wasn't Derek McIntyre.
No, we drove there. That was Christmas time. Rebecca.
$100, yeah.
She was the very first one. The Christmas, $100.
$100.
We went up to her place.
Derek's wife for the shirt, I think.
We did Derek's wife. We did do her.
We did Derek's wife.
Yeah, we got to give her a shirt. That was Christmas. That was when Brucey and I were in the back of the truck.
Yeah,
and it was cold.
It
was cold. It was very cold. Once again, though, we would like for you guys to go ahead and leave a review, like Rogan Radio, share the wealth, and let everybody know about it. And if you have something coming up, like I said, we don't really know at this point what the schedule is going to be in the summertime. But if you have something like a fundraiser or anything like that, listen, let us know about it. We'll talk it. We might even be able to get you in the studio. Some of our upcoming guests, we have John Castle. Yeah. Tim Cross might be coming back in. Okay. So they have another big show coming up.
You got some talent, real talent.
Yeah. Listen, what we should do is have
Jimmy, it doesn't have to be real talent. It's got to be entertaining.
We need to have some kind of like a gong show thing. They have people come in here and and let them know, listen, if you're good, you're going to get praised. If you're not so good, you're going to get praised in the form of harassment.
Exactly. Send us some ideas. I'm sure there's a lot more ideas than we can come up with.
You know what? Listen, Jimmy, here, you know what? It's funny you said that because I'll guarantee you in our hotline, Rogan Radio hotline, we probably got 150 voice messages.
I haven't heard anything.
2,000 text messages. He doesn't even check it.
I don't check it very often. That's
sad, dude.
There's emails and everything else.
There could be like
some gold in there.
Yeah,
Jim.
professional radio somewhere or other.
There could be.
Once Todd back for a show.
Yeah.
As you notice, I'm drinking some tea tonight instead of the complimentary or the staple of the show, the Miller. Reason being is I had a little bit too much last night. Too many fireballs.
What's in that tea, bro?
It's tea.
Is that yours behind you?
Is it just tea?
No,
that's mine from last time.
That's the token. That's the token Miller Highlight. Back when it was a man place. Now it's not a man place anymore. But we talked about this thing. I love top 10 list, and David Letterman was the one on late night that started the whole top 10 thing off. Right?
Yeah.
Now, this is going to be fantastic. I think we should probably try this every episode now, maybe every other episode.
Well, there's just a
they're
crap load of
hilarious.
top 10 list.
Yeah, there's
Chuck Nicholson said, "Wet T-shirt contest, Todd. I think you'd win."
Oh, he said, Todd, I think you'd win?
No, I said that.
Oh.
Listen, we can do that right now. And then speaking of T-shirts, look who's not wearing the Rogan Radio shirt. I haven't done that for a long time. The shirt Nazi Chad's not here this week.
Which Truckies? I've never listened
this
to that
is a shirt.
show.
Listen, this is this is the shirt that I stole off of D-Mac. And then, I mean, not off his back. D-Mac.
acquired it, bro.
D-Mac's back. So I actually stole it and I never gave it back
Where
to
the
him.
hell is D-Mac, dude? What's he doing?
Dude, he hasn't been around forever.
It's like
dude.
been a month since we've seen D-Mac.
I don't know.
He might be still out there fixing the lines.
He could be.
Or he's got softball or baseball or
I don't know.
kickball or something.
Dude, he's never around.
And then you were talking about the
Shit, Derek.
You were talking about this new show, like the trucker show. Do you see that? I have to really slow down to say that because I might slip.
Trucker.
Now listen,
show.
this is going to be
Never thought of
something
it.
new. We and Michelle, her brother, and I, we did this last night, and we're going to start this new show. It's going to be a compliment of Rogan Radio, but it's called what did we call it? Intimacy with the Uber driver or something like that. Confessions of the Uber. Uber confessions. So anyway, every time we go somewhere, because we don't want to drink and drive, we just call up the Uber. And listen, you can follow it on your app and they'll come wherever. So last night we were up at Cheat Lake, and we called the Uber because we were going to go downtown to the Black Bear and then go around town for a little bit before we actually came back to the Crab Shack. So we called the Uber. And as we're driving in the Uber, I had this great idea of recording this conversation.
And you recorded it?
And recorded it. As an example, let's go to Uber number 1. Let's just start out at the very beginning of Uber 1. I got 2 of them, going down to Morgantown, downtown High Street, and then coming back.
Because people that live in places like Florida or whatever, they don't really see boats as nearly as large as money pits. But the difference is they run them all year.
They don't have to worry about storage
You're killing my
and all that
battery.
shit. Winterization. They don't have to worry about that at all.
Well, yeah. And
You know what?
Fast forward a little bit on that,
it
Jim.
doesn't really matter.
We record the entire conversation. I didn't realize that.
1,860. And no, I got a whole lot more miles on the other.
So it sounds like we're in a diesel truck.
And
And now nobody else in the car realizes I'm
figured
recording.
I'd play along there.
Yeah, you have to.
Okay, nobody else realizes we're in the truck.
It's no fun
I've got
if you don't.
I've got 0.05 miles on mine. That's only because I have a left hand.
But listen, as you can tell, at that point, I was pretty tipsy, and that
It
started out
sounded
the
like
show.
you and Michelle both were a little, I'm feeling good.
And it only went down to tubes after that. It only went down to tubes after that.
Now, I was thinking the Crab Shack would be a great name for like a brothel, wouldn't it? The Crab
Shack.
The Crab Shack. Come on
See,
down to the Crab
well, you
Shack.
can get better quality too. Like if you go to get one of them, get in an Uber and say, "Hey, listen,
Yeah.
we do a show. We'd like to record you. You don't have to say your name, anybody else's name, but give us some crazy stuff you heard while driving."
It
Well,
could be
now
like a
listen.
taxi cab confession.
Well, see, now that's what we did last night on the round back. Because at this point, I told Michelle and Jack what we were doing. I said, I'm recording this. So at this point, now all of a sudden, they're playing along trying to get stuff out of the Uber driver.
Oh, yeah, because they're in on the game now.
And listen, I'm going to have to edit his name out because he told us some stuff that he did, like going to massage parlors and getting prostitutes and things like
Happy
that.
endings and stuff.
All kinds of stuff like that. I'm like, I cannot put this guy's his name on there.
Yeah, you might want to review these before we play.
Yeah, yeah. But they're absolutely fantastic. We're looking for those things to come out pretty soon. But every time we go somewhere, we take an Uber, like I said, and we're going to start recording it. It's going to be Confessions of the Uber or the Uber Confessions or something. It'll be something like that, like Taxi Cab Confessions.
That sounds great, Chuck.
Okay. Well,
Oh
fantastic.
yeah.
Anyway, let's go ahead and get to the top 10 list. We've talked about this thing.
Do we have a drum roll or anything?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be tonight a new segment, and it's going to be entitled the Rogan Radio Top 10 List.
Start spreading the news.
What'd you
And
say? I'm leaving today.
I didn't realize it was karaoke. However,
when
the
you
topic. Okay, the topic of tonight's top 10 list are the top 10 things men shouldn't yell in Victoria's Secret.
Do we just kind of want to go around? Listen, we got 5 of us here. You
Yeah,
want to
but
just
I
kind
don't
of go
have
around?
You go ahead.
I don't have that little stupid.
Okay,
You
Todd,
go ahead.
at number 10.
Number 10. Does this come in children's sizes?
Shouldn't say that at Victoria's Secret. At number 9.
Never say that at Victoria's Secret.
Number 9. No thanks. I'm just sniffing.
Number. Well, that might get you kicked out of Victoria's Secret, Chuck. Jimmy, you got your list up?
Hell no.
Go ahead. Keep
All
going,
right.
man.
Number 8.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, you got it? You want me to do it?
Sure.
Just keep going. We're losing momentum.
Number 8. I'll be in the dressing room going blind.
Number 7. Mom will love this.
At number 6, oh, the size won't matter. She's inflatable.
Number 5 on the top 10s, men shouldn't say in Victoria's Secrets. No need to wrap it up. I'll eat it here.
Number 4. Will you model this for me?
Oh, how many do you want to say that in Victoria's Secret?
I think everybody's wanted to say that.
I think everyone, in their mind, they have.
Yeah.
Todd, go ahead and get number 3. Jimmy, you get number 2, and I want to do number 1.
Okay, number 3. The miracle what? This better be this better be better than world peace.
Man, you really messed that. Jimmy, number 2.
I really did.
$45. What? You're just gonna end up naked anyway.
And the number one thing, men should not yell in Victoria's Secret, "Oh, honey, you'll never squeeze your fat ass into that."
Very nice. The top 10 things men should not say in Victoria's Secrets. Thank you, Chuck.
Yeah.
We should do that every week because we have 100 top 10 lists.
Yeah, we absolutely
You know what?
And I dig the music.
Yeah, that was a good. I mean, good stuff to do it because 6 more months it'll be Christmas time.
6 more months. Yeah, maybe we should have saved that for Victoria's. Well, you know what? Going with that number 1, we could next week we could do the top ways you tell you're fat.
Yeah. Ooh, give me an example. Tease me with that one.
Really?
Just give me one of them.
Okay, here's one right here. Top 10 ways to tell you're fat. Your nickname is Holy Shit. That is number 2. We'll save number 1 for next week.
Well, it's nothing like a teaser to give you number 2. You know, I want to remind you about KDS shirt signs and more over in Fairmont. Steve and Denise over there. They can set you up with about anything that you want printed. Good friends of ours. You can get hold of them at 304-366-1234. Also, John Castle. Listen, at some point, I've been telling John for about a year and a half now. He's going to have to come to the studio.
For a year and a half, buddy.
So we're going to have John Castle in here for some live entertainment, but be sure to check him out. Also want to send a shout-out over to Parker Fulton of Parker's. I believe they're in the midst of moving now. Maybe it hasn't happened yet, but they're going to go ahead and move to a new location, get out of downtown Clarksburg.
Really?
Can't say I really necessarily blame them for that.
Now, that wasn't over there off 19, was it? Is that where you're talking about?
I think that's where they're moving at, actually, by the old 911 center.
Yeah.
I believe so.
Well, that'll be closer to us, Chuck.
Yeah, it will actually absolutely will be.
So we can go over there and get some food.
Also want to send a very special shout out to Sydney and Tanner Holbert. They got married yesterday. That's Sydney is Melissa Ford Jett's daughter, and we went over and I videotaped that thing for them. I haven't put Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. No, I haven't put that thing together yet, which that's going to be that's always a nightmare putting that stuff together. So I'll get to that sometime this week.
How was the weather, buddy?
Well, the weather. Listen, it was a very nice wedding.
Oh, I'm sure it was very nice wedding.
And it was clear when I got there. The wedding starts, and all of a sudden, boom, the heavens open up.
Yeah, go on. See, you know what? Outside weddings are fantastic.
If it cooperates.
It cooperates. Yeah. If Mother Nature is good to you, it's very.
You almost have to have a plan, like have something right close by that's like right next to it. You know what I mean? Where you can go outside, inside.
That's what we did this weekend. We went out to Ohio for a wedding.
You got
married? And it was like that too. No, my sister-in-law's boy got married, and I sent my brother a text the day before. I said, "Hey, listen, man." I said the weather's looking kind of crappy. I said, "Do we have a plan B?" He said, "He sent me a text back." He said, "Yeah, bring a rain jacket." That was his plan.
Leave it to Jesse.
But you know what? The thunderstorm before we got there, thunderstormed on the way. We drove up, but you know what? Once before the wedding started, the clouds parted.
Yeah, but you know what? We deal with that at the work.
No, we do. Yeah. But this is an event that's been in the works for a year.
Yeah, imagine
But when you plan something outside,
you never know.
You never know what's going to happen.
You never do know.
You never know.
But he said, you know what? Whether it rains or not, if it rained to be memorable too, because then we could tell some funny rain stories.
Yeah, like you get a slip and slide.
Yeah,
and go on a slip and slide in a rainstorm.
Put some Dawn dishwashing detergent out there.
Listen, Todd told me years ago one of his favorite things. He goes, when something's dirty, you just get Dawn dishwasher detergent.
Yeah, I remember saying that.
Yeah, and he goes, listen, Dawn dishwasher detergent does wonders for you. Just rub that stuff all over you, and boom, it'll clean anything off that you have.
Oh, absolutely. Sometimes I don't rinse it off. That way I don't get dirty later.
So you just slip around, slide around.
Absolutely.
We should do that. We should actually do a promo for Dawn dishwasher detergent.
Dawn.
I've been saying that forever. I've been waiting for you to catch it.
Are you saying Dawn dishwasher detergent?
Check it out. You can see Dawn dishwasher detergent modeled by Vaughn Haggerty. The guy never gets dirty, and the one thing that we do know is when he does get clean, the world gets clean. It's Vaughn Haggerty with Dong Dishwasher Detergent. You can check him out this weekend at the Mellon Arena. Go ahead and get your tickets now off of Ticketmaster at 681-222-7646.
Well, Vaughn Haggerty learning cheat.
That was a fail.
I need to pre-read these.
Vaughn Haggerty.
All right, let me try it again. While learning CPR, Vaughn Haggerty actually brought the practice dummies back to life.
Vaughn Haggerty.
Vaughn Haggerty's blood type is AK-47.
I like that one. I like that.
Vaughn Haggerty can strangle you with a cordless phone. Oh, we love Vaughn Haggerty. You know what? And not
Vaughn Haggerty can turn a hamburger back into a cow.
Vaughn Haggerty can unscramble eggs.
It's Vaughn Haggerty. This weekend is with Metallica, Pantera, Pearl Jam, and he is so good he brought Stevie Ray Vaughan back to life for this one-time performance. Check him out at Three River Stadium. Get your tickets now, 681-222-7646, and get your complimentary Bigfoot shirt for free.
Yeah.
I was hoping for somebody to do like an impression of a monster truck. You know when they go crazy? Like Jeremy used to do it. Jeremy Duckworth used to do all that. But he used to do the motocross sound when they go flying. And I love watching motocross because it's that first turn where half the field gets wiped out. You know what I mean? Those guys are nuts in the first place. And if you ever go on YouTube, I'll get on YouTube and I'll start watching some crazy stuff, man. I'll watch these guys. Boat fails, anything four-wheeler fails, gun fails, anything fails. I'll watch it because I think they're hilarious.
I watch a lot of motorcycle. Motorcycle racing.
Yeah.
What's that one they have? It's not in Ireland, is it? What is that one?
The Isle of Man TT.
Where is that?
Man TT.
Yeah,
what is that?
Listen, that's nuts.
Yeah, that's nuts.
What is it? What does it do? Is it
Oh,
motocross?
that's super bikes.
Super bikes.
Let me tell you something.
They just go
Jeez.
fastest they can go.
And they're going.
I watched it
Listen.
this year, man. There wasn't any real bad, horrible wrecks, but I'll tell you what, them boys, they fly.
Yeah.
And they're going through some of these. Not they take the open road too, but they go through
right
town,
through town,
man.
Yeah.
I just blocked public roads.
It's incredible. Watch how fast these.
Yeah, it is nuts. Absolutely crazy.
Nuts.
Chuck, are you okay?
No, I've had this headache kind of thing all day. Kind of stuffy a little bit.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
It's sinus problems. All the pollen in the air.
I think it's too much beer. You're drinking
Could
too
be
much
that.
beer.
Beer
Too
in
much.
the air?
Too much
beer in there?
Too much.
But you know what?
firewater.
Chuck always said that he should never get sick because of all the alcohol that goes through his veins.
Well, that's my theory.
Should
burns
kill
it all out.
Yeah.
My theory is that what's the first thing that they do when you get a shot? They get that little alcohol swab and they put it on your arm, right?
Yeah, right.
Well,
Kill
see,
everything.
and that's from the outside in. See, I'm thinking in my wisdom,
Inside
inside out.
out.
So you know what? Anytime you breathe something, somebody's coughing, I get in their face and say, "Cough on me," because I'm not going to get sick. And you know what happens? I get sick, but it's because I'm not drinking enough alcohol in my veins. Because you have 100% alcohol,
Well,
you need 100%, in your blood.
That's like your litmus. If you get sick, hey, I need to drink more beer.
Sounds
That's how it is.
total plausible.
It's feasible, right?
Makes sense, right, Jim?
Yeah, exactly. It
I
makes
mean,
sense to me.
Bruce is a PhD. Brucey, what's that sound like? Does that sound like something that would work?
Well, actually,
a player hating
when I was
degree?
growing up, back in the days,
pretty
when
huge
people
dick.
catch cold,
Yeah.
they drink a shot of sake.
They drink sake.
He's
Yeah,
Japanese, dude.
just like little medicines.
Sake.
Yeah.
Well, that's the whole thing. What's the nighttime thing?
NyQuil?
No, is it a toddy?
Hot toddy?
toddy, something like that.
That's what my
Yeah,
wife calls me at night. She says, "Come on in the bedroom,
No,
baby.
actually,
Come on in here, hot
she
toddy."
calls you a pig in a blanket. That's what she does.
Son
You
of a-
curl up, and it's just like, man, pig in a blanket, pig in a
She
blanket.
calls me a hot toddy.
Todd,
I don't
hello,
know.
Todd.
That's what we're not sure what.
What's
that
going on,
noise is.
Spencer? Hello, Lori.
Lori's on here. 'Cause we haven't heard from Lori for a minute.
We need to get her back in here sometime too.
Why don't we? Spencer Levi Cornell. I haven't seen Spencer for a long time, but he joined us, so I want to give a special shout out to Levi.
Levi. I like his jeans.
I like
that
calling
guy's
him Levi.
a designer and a
Well,
half.
Spencer Levi.
And
But
he's got that-
Levi's cool, man. It's like
He's got that little button on there that no one knows what to do with. That little
Yeah.
button, that little rivet sort of
yeah,
thing on
that
there.
one that kind of pokes you sometimes.
Yeah.
I hate
Duggar had his big birthday party. Duggar turned 70. Well, actually, he turned 70 tomorrow, but they had the birthday party for him on Friday. Michelle and I went over there. And so Travis Jones, Travis and Christy.
Oh, listen, you used to deliver Travis's mail.
Yeah.
Isn't that the one who his wife, Jeremy, thought
No,
she...
do not say that.
Okay.
No, you do not drop
Heather
names like that.
Bargo!
Jesus.
How you doing, Heather Bargo? Lori Fontana.
I don't even know what he was going to say, but I know that wasn't a good thing.
Yeah, Susie Watkins.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Hey, real quick, back on the Isle of Man.
What's
Yeah.
that, buddy?
Did you know it's a self-governing Ireland between England and Ireland?
No, I didn't know that.
Yep. The defense is the responsibility of the United Kingdom.
You know what?
But it is its own nation.
You know,
and
I seem to learn something new every single day, right? And one of the things, Brucey, on that mixer down there, can you turn down the first 2 pots, please?
Do you have like one of those, Chuck? Do you have one of those calendars that you learn something new every day?
Well, no. I mean, it's just like talking to people. That's why I like to talk to people, is because you learn something new every single day. Now, I didn't know this. You know, and this might not be true. This might have been somebody talking out their can, but we're going to find out right now. That when you have the Stars and Stripes up, that's the flag of the United States, then the state flags have to be below that, unless it's Texas.
Oh.
Now, Texas, because Texas is a republic, it's not a state. So Texas, that's why if you go somewhere and you ever see it, you'll see the Texas flag at the same height as the American flag. Now, I don't know if that's true or not.
What if they're on the same pole, Chuck?
Well, you'll probably never see them on the same pole.
Probably
I mean,
when
you and Jimmy never get on the same pole at the same time.
It's just one pole at a time.
It's interesting because the where it came from.
Look that up and see if that's true.
Where it came from.
It's a common urban legend.
It's an urban legend. Okay, so that's not true.
The Texas flag is the only state flag that is allowed to fly at the same height as the United States flag. According to the United States flag code, any state flag can be flown at the same height as the U.S. flag, but the U.S. flag should be on its right.
Okay. So if it's the same size.
Yes.
So somebody needs to go up to
the same size, same height, but the as you're looking at it,
right,
the American flag has to be on the right.
Then somebody probably needs to,
or the viewers left.
Then somebody needs to go up to the roadhouse and tell them to switch flags.
That's a big difference.
Because they got the American flag on the left.
So
if you're looking at it,
if you're outside of, let's say like outside the parking lot, and you're viewing it, the American flag has to be on the left.
The American flag has to be on the left.
Yeah, the viewers left. If
then they were right then. Then they're right. That's how it is. Because if you're looking out, it would be on the right. Okay, gotcha.
If you're standing inside,
it would be on the
right. It would be right
of that establishment. Then it would be on the right.
Yeah, yeah. I got you. Yeah, so they're right. They're doing everything right up there. Good job, Roadhouse. Never knew that.
Nick Crisco jumped on.
Nick.
Yeah.
What's Nick? Nick and Bruce are old school buddies.
Yeah,
you guys will go way back
since the college days.
Yeah, they used to be lovers.
I don't want to know how your buddies then.
They were lovers.
They were
secret
ebony.
Jesus Christ, why is this hurting my ears tonight?
Secret love.
You damn, Jimmy, you are so good. Boy.
He's turning me on. He's turning me on.
He's turning me on too. That smooth, sexy voice.
But Brucey, you and Nick went to school together, right? Yep. And then you used to play pool together all the time.
Yeah, pretty much every day, almost every day, every single day.
Bunch of chick
you
magnets.
play pocket pool every day?
Who, me?
You could do that by yourself, bro.
That's between you and Chuck.
So you put your hand in his and play pocket pool. I see.
Oh, my.
However.
Well, I'm glad Nicky turned on because Nick's already turned off after hearing those kind of stories. We need to get Nick in here one night, actually.
Nick joined off. Yeah, we should. Huh?
Nick.
Nick's kind of quiet. Nick's quiet. He's quiet. He's like an Eric McCullough. He's quiet.
Very quiet.
He's quiet. But you know what? If we get him on here, Chuck, behind the mic, that guy might just be.
We can put him behind to get just a silhouette, just like we do coffee.
Yeah,
just like we do cuddles.
That reminds me of like Mystery Science Theater 3000. Remember that?
Listen,
where they had to shadow.
Because we haven't used a green screen for a long time. We need to think of a pretty cool thing that we can do with the green screen. Make up some kind of a whatever's in the news, and then get the whistleblower. But then silhouette them out, and then they could tell some stupid story that comes off the top of their head that's not even close to being true, but it'll be entertaining. That would be awesome. But we'll get somebody to do it that everybody knows by their silhouette who it is.
Oh, yeah, because some people have who had a very distinct silhouette. How about Alfred Hitchcock?
Yeah, I mean, you could tell by
Winston Churchill.
I've never seen Winston Churchill
silhouette. We're talking about if it was Derek, you'd have somebody with this giant head. No.
Oh yeah, and then if you put me up there, then you would have me with a big giant
belly.
Head.
Oh,
belly.
Yeah. Belly. Yeah.
I mean, I don't see anything else.
Once again, I want to send a congratulations. We started this with the Duggar thing, and Duggar's been a good friend. He's been on radio forever. I think when he first started radio, you still using smoke signals then. That's how radio was old in them days. Using smoke signals.
Christ left Pittsburgh.
But his big. Christ left Pittsburgh. His big birthday is on tomorrow, actually.
70
Happy
years
birthday,
old.
Doctor.
How long is he going to keep doing this DJ
He loves
thing?
it. He can't get it out of his blood.
Really?
That's why we're doing this. I couldn't get it out of my blood enough, so we do this now.
Isn't he planning for another dance in the fall?
He's getting things geared up for that. He's trying to, since James passed away, which is, that was his right-hand man, and James was all that, so...
So now he's got.
Well, he's getting everything back together again, and just trying to see how he's going to go.
Is that?
But he'll figure it out.
Is that what Duggar did? I mean, that was his career, or was this a
side thing?
That's his hobby. Now what he does.
Well, now I think now it's his hobby. But
well, Duggar's still in radio. He's not on the air. He sells.
Well, that's
he
what I mean.
sells.
Oh, is he in sales now?
He's in sales now.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
All
But
right.
the Duggar dance stuff, he's been doing that his entire career. That's just something there.
God, since I was in middle school.
Oh, he's been doing that a lot longer than
yeah,
that.
it must be long.
before that.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Been a long time.
You know, this year is my 30th year. My 30-year school anniversary.
Is it?
30 freaking years, man. Oh, what are you, Jim? Like 29?
Yeah, don't I look it?
No, like 29 years. No, I'm
Look at
looking
that dude.
at that. Oh, I see your profile.
You know who we haven't talked to for a long time, and I haven't seen her on here? Sexy bitches.
Sexy
We haven't talked to sexy
bitches in a
bitches.
long
I
time.
wonder how's she doing? And when's the last time you talked to her?
Good. It's
Call her up.
probably been, I don't know, a couple.
Call her up. Call her up.
Is that how she is in your phone? Sexy
We're going to call her
bitches?
sexy bitches.
Sexy bitches.
Sexy bitches up in Pittsburgh. We're going to go ahead and give her a call real quick. Do you know? And I saw Joe DiNardo last Thursday. He passed
Is he
away.
the weatherman?
He was the weatherman.
Yeah.
Joe said it
Aw,
would.
Damn it.
Yeah. And as you know, I mean, this
call her up here.
this time of
What
year,
was that team? It was Joe DiNardo,
Paul
Paul
Long,
Long,
and then
Dawn.
Dawn.
No,
oh,
it's Dawn
no.
Knotts. It was Dawn Knotts.
Dawn. Oh
Who
my
was it, man?
goodness!
I
See if
can't-
she picks up.
I can't. I tried the other day and I can't come up with his last name.
Hold on. Where's this? So whose phone is that?
It's mine.
Okay. Dawn.
Knotts.
Dawn Cannon.
Don Cannon.
Dawn
Yeah,
Cannon.
Dawn Cannon.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like
Yeah.
Dawn Knotts.
I used to love watching WTAE. They were
Yeah.
good. They were
Yeah.
really good. Sally Wiggins came in later on, and then don't worry about it. She's busy. She probably has a new. She's probably out doing something. Something she
Sally
doesn't wanna tell
Wiggins.
us.
Chuck said Sally Wiggins.
Yeah, Sally Wiggins was on there.
Okay, well I didn't know. I didn't grow up around
You didn't?
here.
Oh
man.
yeah, you didn't.
I
You don't
wasn't
know
a
about TAE.
WDTV kind of guy, man. That was a-
DTV's radio.
WPAE.
dipshit.
What a WPA? What's? I don't, who cares?
Yeah.
WDTV, that's
Old
Channel 5,
farts.
isn't it?
WDTV is Channel 5.
Channel 5.
That's
Yeah.
correct.
You know, the only radio station, and now this might be urban legend also, but you know, if you are east of the Mississippi, your call sign, if you're in radio or TV, starts with a W. If you're on the west to the left of the Mississippi, it starts with a K.
Yeah, like K-Rock.
So what's funny is that you have that
I don't
station
know
in
all that
Pittsburgh.
nerd
I
stuff.
believe the very first AM station in the country was
KDKA?
KDKA in Pittsburgh. Hence
Yeah,
the K.
it
And
was.
then they came out with the designation later on of the W's and the K's because they were going to be so. So you could have a KDKA, a WKDK, or you know what I mean, KDKA, but you couldn't have a WKDKA.
You could have a W on the east.
No, you could have a
east
W.
to the west. East of the
That's hard for me
Mississippi.
to say.
Yeah, it really is.
It's
That's
hard
a-
for me to say. But I don't even know if that's true or not. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we're just going to go ahead and listen. It's summertime. We have things to do. The sun is out.
Summertime.
And we're just going to go ahead and
Yes. In the United States.
We love to do that. We love to interrupt Chuck.
Chuck
with
just
songs.
puts his hands down like Jesus.
In the
Christ.
United States, the first letter generally is K for stations west of the Mississippi, including Alaska, American Samoa, Guam, Hawaii,
I like
Northern
Special K.
Mariana,
I do
and
love it.
W for those
He was
east
a
of
good
the
rapper.
Mississippi.
that's very good.
So that is not an urban legend.
Yeah, that's good. Special K, that guy can wrap it up, boy.
He's
You
like
ever
this.
listen to
He's
that?
like this. I'm in the vibe. I'm in the vibe.
Well, that was right there. You done sealed your fate
General
on something.
Mills.
General Mills.
General Mills.
Special K. That was his.
led a good
That was his
army.
record
Listen, that
label.
was a-
General Mills led a good army.
Let me tell you what,
Wasn't that his
that was a hell of a posse back in the day. They were actually better than NWA.
Really?
Yeah, you had General Mills, you had Special K, you had that. What was that one
Fucking
dude? He
Tutti
could,
Captain Crunch.
he could beatbox like crazy. He had Captain Crunch in there, Raisin Bran,
Quaker.
the Quaker. He was always kind of. He was like in the Village People. It was kind of bizarre looking. He just didn't match.
I like the Village People, bro.
We could go off on that.
I love. You know what? You want to know why it's not funny to like the Village People? Because everybody in America can sing YMCA.
Yeah, you can't even spell YMCA, but you can sing it. It's bizarre.
I know. See how many guys we got? Look, we got 5 guys here, right? How many guys were in the YMCA? What's
Village
it?
people?
The Village
the,
People. How many?
construction
It was
dude,
like
the
a
cop,
7.
Yeah, but
You had a Village. You had a construction guy,
the Navy,
Indian.
guy,
the Navy guy,
the Indian,
the Indian,
the cop.
the cop, and who was?
Construction
I know
guy.
there was.
construction worker.
No, we
guy.
said
We said
construction worker.
construction guy.
We said cop. We said Indian. You said
Navy.
Navy guy. I don't think there was a
and
Navy guy
and
in
Indian.
Yeah, there was a guy.
Navy and an
there.
Indian.
That's 5 guys.
Still, look,
I
Okay.
believe so.
if you're thinking of recreating it, we can't because we got 1, 2, 3, 4 of us that don't play on that side of the field, and 1 guy that does. So
Okay, I'll be the Indian.
Okay, no, you know who you're forgetting. No, there were actually 6.
6 guys?
Yep. You had the cowboy,
Yeah, cowboy.
the construction worker dude,
Yeah.
the guy that's in like some kind of a, I don't know, the dancer guy. I don't know what you would. The Indian, the biker, the gay biker dude.
Oh, the gay biker guy.
With the Freddie Mercury big old mustache. Could be. And then this guy with the suspenders that just looks like he's about to destroy somebody.
I don't care. I think that picture that you're looking at is not the original. Because Darren would absolutely be the gay biker guy. We know that.
Oh, he's got the
Bruce.
You're like,
Bruce
I
would
can't
be.
say what I want to.
I think Bruce would be the Indian guy.
Yeah.
Because he kind of looks Indian.
Funny,
Japanese Indian.
Japanese and Indian is the same thing. And then Jimmy, you would be the cop for sure, the gay cop.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I think I'd like to be the construction worker so I can wear that cool tool belt when it flies around when I dance.
Okay,
and then
here
Chuck, you would be
real quick.
Yeah.
What you got?
It says they built a group of dancers around Willis to perform in clubs and videos. Met the first recruit, Philippe Rose, who dressed as a Native American on the streets of Greenwich Village.
Yeah.
Then you had the other guy, Alex, who initially portrayed the athlete, but eventually became the group's soldier sailor.
Soldier sailor.
Then the others were Mark Musler was the construction worker.
Okay.
Dave Forrest, the cowboy. Lee Mouton as the leather man.
That's a biker dude,
And,
right? That's a biker
Peter
dude.
Whitehead, one of the group's early songwriters, who appeared on American Bandstand.
Okay, now check this out. You can't see it right now, but this is a Danish version. Somebody's singing YMCA, and it's actually Finland in 1979.
Why are we watching a Finland version of this
I watched
song?
this one.
Yeah, because this is hilarious. The guy's got his nutters on. He looks like he should be playing basketball.
Nutters on.
I like the guy on the bass player there.
He's very enthusiastic.
Oh yeah, look at him back there. Look at him.
They got
Yeah.
backup dancers, Jim.
That's solid gold dancers back there.
Is there a chick back there?
No, those are dudes.
Oh, I can't see it.
You have to remember it was the 70s. But go check that out on
Did you see
YouTube.
where Suki said something about a wedding on there? Todd?
Suki said SN.
No, a little further down.
Oh, take the right at Seneca Rocks.
No, it's further down.
Oh my goodness, Suki. So you guys
Under
are.
Todd, you're nuts.
Pot up.
All right.
By the way, yes, Mom, I'm here.
We love you, Mrs.
Hello, Jen.
Mom.
Hello, Jen Garrison.
Jen Garrison. Listen, Jen Garrison has been a loyal, faithful
No, she
Rogan
really
Radio
has.
listener
Yeah.
from the conception. Hey, who's this right here?
Conception?
From its
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I didn't know this was going to be a sex ed class.
from when Chuck gave
She's
birth.
been here since conception.
Shut up. What about this? Shilara? Is this right? Shira? I can't say that name.
Sherla
Sure,
Atha.
that's-
That's
Oh, that's your
mom.
mom. That's your mother.
You goofball.
Daggone it.
You
Well,
can't say that word. You can't say
yeah,
that
but
name.
when it comes up on my text message, it just says "sexy bitch."
Why is his mom texting you? Why is
I'm only kidding. I'm only
Nice.
kidding,
Why is
Mrs.
his mom
Bear's
texting
mom.
you?
I'm so sorry. It was
Nice.
a joke. I couldn't
When it
pass that.
comes up
Low
on your
hanging
phone,
fruit.
it comes up as sexy bitch.
Low hanging fruit. I'm sorry, Todd. You're nuts.
Comes up as
Suki.
Findom.
I love Suki. I worked with Suki back in Toys R Us.
I remember
years
she worked
ago.
at Toys R Us.
Yeah, I
a
worked with her
long
for a
time.
long time.
Yeah,
She was,
Suki's cool.
Listen, you talk about energy.
I think she works at Kohl's now, right?
Yeah, she
yeah,
does.
she does.
Yeah,
work
she
at
does.
Kohl's. Yeah, that woman has got energy. I don't know where it comes from.
Oh, yeah.
She is 100 miles an hour. Everything that woman does.
Yeah, she is. Well,
What? Chuck Nicholson said he would like to be the cowboy. Now he just put.
oh no, Chuck would be a good cowboy.
He would be a fantastic cowboy.
He could get his lasso, like the golden lasso that Wonder Woman has, and like lasso the people up as he goes
I
down.
don't know, Chuck.
Yeah, and he could wear those. He's probably got chaps. He's probably got assless
Oh, I
chaps.
know he's
chaps.
got assless chaps.
Uh-huh. How do you know that Chuck Nicholson has
I
assless
know.
chaps?
Oh,
He
hey, the
has.
reason my mom was asking.
You mean sexy
asking-
bitch? So that's how. So
yeah,
Todd will
sexy
know. You
bitch.
say mom, Todd doesn't know who
Yeah,
that is.
okay, so the reason sexy bitch was
No,
asking
don't say that about
was
your mother.
There was a motorcycle wreck on I-79 at 727 at the mile marker 115. Just wanted to make sure I was all
Oh
right.
man.
You know
That's
what?
about a half hour
with this
ago.
rain, them roads get slippery.
Well, we were just talking
That
about
oil
70
comes up?
and when we
Hey,
were
Chad's not out on his bike, is he?
Yeah, he was.
I don't know.
He was out on his bike. Him and
All right,
Carol
we
both.
we need to find out.
Yeah.
Chad Puccio, if you're out there and you're listening,
Send him a text.
check in.
Oh, we'll send him a text.
Yeah,
right now.
because that would have been. Where's 115 at, by the way?
It's
Jane Lou.
Is it Jane Lou?
yeah,
That,
yeah, I
that
don't-
might be
that's
out of
It's down
range.
that area.
I don't think
That might be out of
Lost
range.
Creek.
Yeah,
Lost
Lost
Creek.
Creek.
That might be out
Yeah,
of
Stonewood,
yeah.
somewhere there.
that might be out of reach of Chad's where he normally drives.
Isn't it what the big curve right there?
Could be.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what, when it comes to mile markers, I couldn't tell you. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know names of streets like if we're going
Oh,
to
you're a
Morgantown.
mailman, Rogan.
Well, no, in Clarksburg, yeah, but like say if we go into Morgantown, Michelle will like start blurting out names and how to go, and I'm like, listen, I know how to get there, but I just don't know how to tell you to get there. I can drive there just fine. I just don't know names. I'm not good with people's names, street names, my name, no name. That's my name. Anyhow, I want to thank you again for listening tonight. We're getting wind down because Chuck is a little tired today. And you know what? We have an air conditioner finally in the background, but I'm not sure how well it's working.
It's actually working pretty good, man. I mean,
compared to what it used to be. Yeah, there's not beads of sweat coming off of it.
Yeah, 115's quiet down.
Yeah, 115's quiet down. Okay. Yeah. Tracy and I play cowboy all the time.
I saw that.
Yeah, but here's the big question. Here's a $1 million question. Who's the cowboy?
Ooh.
Can you switch off? Like sometimes be like, hey, I'll be the cowboy. Like, oh, I'll be the cowboy.
I wonder if Tracy dresses up like the Lone Ranger. You know what I mean? Now, that would be a hell of a band.
Does Tonto?
That's what I mean. You have Tonto, and then somebody could be, Silver.
That's the horse, bro.
Yeah.
That could be like Chuck's motorcycle.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That
Now
could
you're
be
thinking.
Silver.
Now
and
you're
then you
thinking.
got Tonto and the Lone Ranger, and they're just riding the shit out of that horse.
Hi-ho, Silver, away. Hit every bump on the street.
Yeah.
Big old pipes that would just make that thing vibrate.
I'll tell you what, Darren.
Big
I
old
hit a hole going to that. It must have been the second stop after B&B. I hit a free, or maybe it was the third stop. I hit a hole on that road, and it hurt my teeth.
It'd be the first hole you hit in a long time.
It hurt my
What are you
freaking
hitting
teeth.
holes with your teeth for?
Listen, dude, it's an expression, man.
You'll see him this Saturday on A&E.
Oh.
Chuck and Tracy.
Yeah, Tracy wears feathers. Chuck said she wears feathers. Is that like cockatoo feathers?
Watch him as they ride their bike, named Silver. Dressed as a cowboy and Indian.
Chuck says.
Hi-ho, yippee-ki-yay. A&E this Saturday at 7 o'clock. The Walking Dead's out. Chuck and Tracy with the Walking Heads in. Anyway, that should be a pretty interesting show to watch. I'd watch it. I'd watch that.
I'd watch Chuck and Tracy ride on their silver horse.
You might have to buy credits after the first minute. You'll get like that teaser thing, you know what I mean? And then you'll have that sound of the change in the background if you've ever seen those kind of videos. And you'll hear the change going off because people are pumping in money and they're like, do this. And they're like giving them $5 and you hear it like they just hit the jackpot.
Tracy grabs him by his little bald head and says, "Giddy up, Grump." That's what she calls him. Giddy up, Grump.
That's hilarious.
He does
anyway,
what he's told.
ladies and gentlemen, I want to thanks again for listening tonight. And we might be here next week. We might not be here next week. If we play it by ear, don't forget tomorrow the actual audio will come out, which is always better than the video. And then we're still figuring out the schedule. Don't really know what's going on.
Yep. If we're on, we're on. If we're not, we won't be.
Yeah, exactly. You'll know at 7:05 or 7:10 if it's
are we
going to
be on?
Tell us now.
And then also be looking for that special thing we talked about earlier called the Confessions in the Uber or the taxi or the Uber taxi or the Uber driver confessions. It'll be something like that. Yeah. Undercover Uber
confessions.
Uber goober. Something. It'll
Uber boobers.
Yeah, it could be Uber boobers.
I don't know.
Something like that.
I don't know. We'll come. What does Uber even mean? That's got to be something like.
It's like an acronym for something.
I don't know. What's it mean?
Urban.
Why don't you just Google it? You have a computer.
Yeah, why don't do that?
Uber, or they have Lyft now also, which I didn't know they were in Morgantown. But
Lyft as well.
That sounds like there must be some kind of like a Finnish name. Perhaps it sounds like something you go to IKEA or something maybe.
There's a lot of people though that like have these Ubers. And it's like their regular normal car.
It's actually German.
I wouldn't want to have all these disgusting people in the backseat of my car.
Well, that's the whole
and then
thing.
Have to use it. I'd almost have to buy a separate car just to use as my Uber. You know?
This is how you say it in German.
Uber.
They just say it just like they do in English. But yeah, so I mean that's there was an Urban Dictionary of Uber.
Okay.
Oh, that's got to be good.
As soon as this loads here.
Uber, universal binding energy relations. That's not it.
No, just put the Uber definition in the computer.
What if I just look under Wikipedia?
Having the specified property to an extreme or excessive degree is one as an adverb, an adjective designating a person or thing that exceeds the norms or limits of its kind or class, perhaps. I don't know.
Perhaps.
There's
How
no.
come this is so hard to find?
Yeah,
dude?
I'm going with that, and it's always going back to that Uber company.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Yeah. So anyway, that's that. We had the top 10 list tonight, and once again, as a reminder, if you have anything like a nonprofit deal coming up, or hey, let us know about it. Let us know
You
about
want
it.
a list of a couple rides coming up?
Yeah,
mainly
that would
in
be
August?
fantastic.
me hit my calendar here. Okay, almost every weekend in August there's a run or some kind of something going on. August the 11th is the American Legion Riders Elimination Dinner. August the 18th is the Ride for Life, the cancer ride.
Yeah, we're going to have...
This year is going to be childhood cancer.
Yeah, we'll have Clinton and Krista in here, and we'll definitely be talking about that. That's a good one.
August 25th is the Child Advocacy Run. That's a good run, too. So they usually go through the wineries.
Oh, that'll be nice.
So, yep.
Yeah,
so
nice.
That's right there is almost the whole month of August right there.
Yeah.
You know, every weekend in August.
So let us know what's coming up. Keep us involved because we really don't know. You know, or some things we don't want to miss anything. So Mike is with the one that sent me this deal with the pepperoni rolls. You know, I would.
And September 1st is the Mikey Moore Memorial Run.
Well, there you go. And there's another one there.
Yep.
And you know what? Next Sunday. Now I want to run something by you. Next Sunday is what? Is that the first?
It almost has to be. Yeah. Because the 3rd is Tuesday.
I'm just looking at it now.
Okay. Next Sunday. No, I don't know if we're going to have a show next Sunday. Just for the mere fact that is Shinson Fireworks Night.
Exactly.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No, I was thinking about
celebrating their
July 1st.
No, celebrating the 4th of July.
Okay,
the 4th of July.
Yeah, and because they just had their 200 years or something.
They have
celebrated that.
They usually have a good display. I remember when my daughter used to be a part of a community band.
Mm-hmm.
They play on the stage while fireworks comes
it's
right
pretty
behind it.
Yeah, I've been to those. They're nice.
You know what? No, I was almost thinking this that we could.
We take a week off. Maybe Derek will show up.
Well, right. But I was almost thinking this
do the
too,
show
Derek.
himself.
We could almost have this pre-show thing for the fireworks. Let's do the regular time thing, but have somebody actually there doing the live feed. You know, like we did with the Christmas parades. And they could do the live feed from down there at the fireworks.
The live feed of the fireworks, right?
Say
Just
like
we
if
did the parade.
Right. Say, well, I mean, that's going to be late. It's going to last forever because the fireworks, they don't start them things sometime at 10 o'clock at night.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
But we could have somebody down there, you know, maybe we can, if we talk to Derek, maybe Derek will go down there and he'll get to take his camera out with us, you know, what we do, and he can go down. We can still all stay in the studio, or so we could have like a roaming reporter down there, and we could have them live from down there, and they could interview people, tell everybody what's going on.
You know what, Derek
like
is really. You have really found that little niche for Derek because he's got
Derek's
a little
very
gift
good.
for Gavin. He can talk to people.
Yeah, Derek's very good about that.
Yeah, he's very sociable, and he.
So I'll have to talk. Maybe we will have a show and we'll do a live thing.
That sounds good. Instead of a green screen, we can actually be on location.
Which reminds me, I didn't even look up when the area's having their fireworks. I probably should have thought about that. Because
we know
Shinston's on Sunday for sure.
Yeah,
but you still have Nutterfort has theirs, right?
Oh, they got a big one out there.
Has one.
I'm going out of town for the 4th, so 3rd, 4th.
So like Tuesday,
we're going
Wednesday.
up to Pittsburgh and watch them.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. And now Pittsburgh
Gateway.
Awesome.
Hey, listen, how about Columbus, Ohio? They got that fireworks on the river. It's amazing.
Yeah, see, that would be cool too. I've watched YouTube videos on that.
Yeah, they use airplanes and all kinds of shit out there.
Dang,
oh yeah,
airplanes.
I ain't lying to you.
They drop mortars from airplanes.
They do. They on little kids.
Mortars.
On little kids.
No, they don't do that.
That's funny.
Go ahead, continue.
Anyway.
Yeah. So anyhow, we might be here next week. We might not, but it would if we do, we're going to have we'll try to get like a live remote going on from downtown, from over in Shenson, I should say, during the fireworks thing, which would be kind of neat.
Well, we'd like to get Derek back in the mix anyhow, like Jimmy said.
And he could go down there and we can give directions and the traffic flow and all that kind of stuff. Because if you've never been to the Shenson fireworks display, it's out there in the park out in East Shenson. It's actually really good. It's really good. And then, like Bruce said, they have the Shinston Community Band out there that plays, and they have some other acts that will come in and do their thing.
Same thing
throughout
out
the
there.
early evening.
Yeah, out there in Fort too, they got a nice band out there.
That's pretty good. All right. Well, thanks for coming in, fellas.
Hey, listen, thanks for having us, man.
Well, it's always a pleasure.
Did Michelle make dinner?
I have no idea.
Can we go in and check?
If you would like to.
I am super hungry.
Yeah, I doubt it. I don't know what we're going to have for dinner tonight. I don't know.
I doubt it.
There's leftover meatballs from last Wednesday in there.
I freaking love Wednesday's meatballs.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
I will eat the hell out of them.
You know, that was that dude's name. That was the DJ. That was the DJ.
Meatball? His name was Meatball?
Meaty Meatball.
Meaty Meatball?
Meaty B, they call him for short.
Listen,
Meaty B.
You guys ever watch Jackass?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. I watched Jackass 3.
I didn't know they had a 3.
The movie. No.
The movie? Oh my God,
Not
these
the
guys!
third one.
We should
nuts. Stevie O's crazy.
Listen.
Oh, he's nuts.
Oh, he'll do just about
We
anything.
should nothing what they do.
He's
oh no! Some of the stuff they do just hurts you to watch it on television.
Yeah, it's almost like that dude on Facebook that put the firecrackers all around him and lit him off and then
Oh,
cut him off.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
It's that same guy. Did you see where he shot himself in the mouth of that paintball gun?
Why would you do that?
Stupid.
I mean, point blank, buddy. Right in
What are
his
you
face.
getting out of it besides views and likes on Facebook? What do you
Exactly.
get out of that besides a hospital bill?
He got a broken tooth.
Damn. I've been hit by paintballs, bro.
No, oh yeah, because I think who was it? Darren's brother, Josh, hit you with one in the ankle one time that pissed you off, didn't it?
Probably.
Yeah, and then he shot him.
I remember that. I was there.
When was
we were
this?
walking back. We weren't even playing. We were playing paintball, and we were walking back, and he shot you right in the back of the calf right
Pissed
here.
you off.
It probably did. Wouldn't it piss you off?
Yeah, it would.
Yeah,
you
you
turned
just
around
shot
and-
that close by a
that-
paintball.
I remember
That
paintball
thing
gun turned into
old.
that thing turned into an automatic paintball
All
gun.
I can say is, knowing my brother, you're lucky it wasn't the head.
Yeah, jeez.
But
no, we worked together. That's probably why it was in a leg.
We watched this, and I'll tell you this video, and we'll get out of here. And I don't know if you've seen this video or not, where the guy, I'll see if I can find it on YouTube real quick. There is actually a video of a guy, and what happens, they're pushing some kind of a crate or something, like the metal thing where he catches on fire, and then he actually catches on fire when he gets electrocuted.
That's not the one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Now, listen, I'm
Yeah.
not sure what, I'm not sure.
Dude became a freaking charcoal briquette.
No, he
Really?
because
Like a
nobody can get him off.
Burn him clear up.
Because they couldn't get him off of it because he was stuck to it because of the electricity.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That electricity, man.
They grabbed a hold of him and just burned him clear up.
Damn it, that hurts. God.
That's somebody. Boy, I tell you what, if you put
Put
in
in
electrocution.
there's a guy right there on fire.
I know that's what I mean. I put
Man on fire.
No, what's it? Cinnamon shower gone wrong? I mean, come on.
cinnamon shower.
Why?
There it is.
Right
Right
there
here.
it is. Yeah, hold on. Let me get the camera.
No, check this out here.
It says,
See, they're pushing this thing. You're going to be watching this dude right here. And you can see the lights, like the little electric things there. Let's see. They're going to we'll go here a little further. Okay, and right here's the electric line. Yep, he got it. See, it's charged.
oh, he is.
Now it's grounded
You
down
can't
on
touch
his
him.
feet.
Yeah, you can't touch him.
The whole thing's charged.
Yeah, if you touch him, then you're screwed.
Yeah, you can't touch anything.
You got to get him off.
You see it? You can't do anything because the whole thing's charged. You know what I mean?
Holy smokes, man. This guy's burning from the feet up.
Yeah. And listen, he can't do anything. He's paralyzed because of the electricity going through him. So he's just, yeah. I mean, it just.
Did this guy die?
What are you,
Dude,
oh,
seriously?
Did
Look,
he die?
He's on fire. But first of all, he's probably dead just from the electricity zapping him.
Yeah, what they should have did was probably grab something non-conductible and push them
See,
off.
there's the sparks there where it's kind of shorting out a little bit, probably his watch, and he's out. So that's one thing.
man.
What would you do? First of all, always be like you hear these stories where people were cleaning out their pools and things like that, and they got the big pool brooms. Yeah. And they got these pool, the pool, things they're cleaning out. Sometimes they'll hit the electric cord or something like that, which I don't really understand because I thought they were shielded. Now even the one coming into your house is I mean, it's got a cable on it, doesn't it?
Listen, I can't.
Sometimes they could, because I've seen squirrels kind of walking across them and
Just fry them.
I can't get over the fact that guy just burnt to death right there.
I can't get over the fact that on Rogan Radio we just saw a man die.
Yeah, and we're making jokes about it.
Hey, if somebody has a gun, we can make it too.
Why are you pointing at me, man?
We have a full magazine, and we're playing Russian
No,
roulette.
well, we
Todd's
know
first.
somebody in here does have a gun, so shut it.
All right. So anyway, on behalf of
Wow.
the missing Chad and Derek, Darren down there on the computer, we have Bruce Eve straight from Japan, and we have Jimmy Wiz from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and of course Todd Beck, the
I'm
Chewbacca of the
upset.
show.
I'm upset.
It'll be okay. It'll be okay. Everybody, thanks for listening. And once again, leave a review, leave a like, hit a share, or something like that. Check us out tomorrow on SoundCloud.
Shows the camera with them going.
That's right, mate. I had to show they were missing.
they're gone. They're just they had that invisible. What they did, they bought one of those invisible camouflage sheets that you see now. You know what I mean? They put them on as invisible, even though they're using a green
I've
screen.
seen those, man. They do.
Yeah, they're using the green screens.
Okay, they're cool though.
Yeah, they are pretty cool. Until next week, perhaps, and if not, the week after. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been listening to Rogan Radio.
Goodbye, David. Bye, David.